You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
There it is.
This is why no one likes Lane.
That's the one that you went with?
This is such a lazy. Well, you can't. Half of them had swearing, and I mean,
Dude, there's people getting people are trying to fight in the streets over this. It's crazy.
it's wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
How are your mentions?
It's crazy, man.
Here's my favorite.
I think I'm included on most all of them.
Can we go to the one where there's the fighting in the streets? Supposed to meet up or not?
They were literally said that. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, someone's gonna pull up on this. Oh, that's fine.
This one's my favorite.
How about my favorite was this morning? I think I saw a whole thread. I get wrapped up into it big time here on this one. Gosh, where was it? Hold on. Come on. Where are you? Shoot, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
I swear this was like this morning. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll find it. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, boy, we got some more stuff. I don't even want to read that. I hadn't seen that one.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
man,
This
they're
one's
intense.
This was all about me. It was like 3 straight in a row. It was really funny. I can't believe. I just told someone. I think I just told James Hartman this. I said, I can't believe where the Trevor stuff has gone in the last couple of days.
You can't?
Not really, man. Not really. Like I don't know why this is the tipping point. Like, why has this been? There's always conversation about quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, you're always going to get that. But why is right now at 4-3? You know, in really a last 4 games, he's had one turnover. You know, like it's not like he's throwing the ball to the other team all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really interesting that this is the point in time where everybody they're on to it now, man. I mean, it's just like it's been brewing. I know that. I mean, we've been around it, but it's been brewing. But it also is just to me a little, I mean, it was 2 weeks ago. There was a lot of praise for Trevor Lawrence around the country for beating the Chiefs.
I feel like there's still more praise. Like I
feel you feel more praise?
Well, I feel like in terms of my video or whatever that Casey posted, I feel like there's a lot more people hating than there are like defending. Now the people that are defending are the ones that are like getting called out in the streets and everything. And please don't like get yourselves hurt off of my behalf. But like I said this yesterday. This is right up there with Tim Tebow. And no, there's no political influences behind it. People are very emotional right now about the topic. And I think one of my friends who sometimes listens to the show, sometimes doesn't, listened yesterday. I think he said it perfectly where it's like, how does it feel to be the one that tried to stop the Civil War and like say it's okay to be right on both sides, and now you're touted as the guy who poured kerosene on everything and now is trying to make things worse. And to be fair, it doesn't feel the best. Now, it's social media. Do I really care? No. Do I care about the comments that I've been getting? Not really. Is it funny that, and I'll take you behind the curtain a little bit, and I'll take you behind the scenes a little bit. So this morning, I get a direct message on my Twitter, because I read everything. Like, I'm still on there. That's because I don't post as me. I don't read it, like, in the morning. So I get a direct message from a show that, like, I actually know what it is. You know, because I don't watch, like, a lot of sports shows. I know what the sports show is. And I'm not going to say what it is because I'm not trying to put them on blast or anything. But they asked me, can I come on this morning and talk about my disgust for Trevor Lawrence? That was the exact quote. My disgust for Trevor Lawrence.
Was it the drill?
No. No, this was a show with a couple more followers on a national level, we'll just say.
Sorry, I couldn't read
No, you're good, man.
I'm in character.
No, hey, get it, man. Get it, man. So, obviously, I kindly rejected no because I don't disgust, I don't hate Trevor. We'll take you behind the scenes. Casey Kurtz makes his money off of getting impressions and Twitter collaborations and retweets and all that stuff. Did he take one part of a longer segment where I tried to balance on both sides? Absolutely. Is he going to get probably paid handsomely because of that video now, or at least make a little bit of a bonus? Absolutely. Am I pissed off because now I'm starting to become the person that I hate and Skip Bayless because it's ironic? And I can't believe we never shared this video. This video didn't get any traction. When I called out Skip Bayless on the whole Travis Hunter thing, Hamby, Brent, you weren't here for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I called out Skip Bayless and I said, you just play off people's emotions. You aren't a real journalist. And now do I find myself in that spot? Absolutely. So does that kind of piss me off a little bit? I'm going to be honest and say it does. Now, Casey even said, like, hey, I'm going to post something. It's, it might get a little. I'm like, that's cool, man. Like, do what you got to do. Didn't know it was going to be that. Probably should ask to see the video. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, and this is the harsh reality, this is the shivering truth. Likes, interactions, it's all currency. Right? So we can come on here today. Hopefully we got some more viewers and everything. And maybe I'll say something else that we can clip up and people can come at and be like, yeah, I hate this guy, or yeah, I'm going to roll with this guy. Because that's what it is. My biggest thing with that attitude and the whole Skip Bayless thing and the Stephen A. Smith thing and why I spoke against it with the Travis Hunter baptism thing is because I feel like eventually when you play into that narrative so much and you play off people's emotions so much, your identity starts to dissolve, and then it's more about the performance. Where people don't really care who you are as a person, they just tune in to see your performance. I don't want that. Like, this is me being 100% real. Like, I don't want that. Now, if it helps the show and it helps Casey get paid more, then so be it. Like, I'll play the role, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, all right.
We good there, Hamby?
Continue.
I'm hearing you twice in my ear.
Yeah. I'm hearing myself like talk and then the echo.
Yeah, I think that's pretty well said, man. You never know what's going to take off. And in our world, like we talked about this for an hour and a half yesterday.
Oh, I know.
There's a lot there. You talked about it the day before for even just as long.
Yep.
And yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I didn't really know where that was going to go. I couldn't have predicted what people were going to react to or how they were going to feel to it. I mean, I guess you feel like there's a 50-50. You're going to hear the negative stuff, probably you specifically, because most people aren't going to say, hey, nice job, before they're going to say, screw you, you're an idiot, right? I mean, that's just the way social media works, which is fine too. But, we know that. I think, again, we had a long conversation about Trevor in the last couple of days because there's a lot of nuance to the Trevor storyline. And I do think it's important, like even when I retweeted the post there from Casey, that I said there's a lot that I agree with Austen, and a lot of it really does go back to the fact that you can have wins here on both sides. Like, that's what Austen said. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's pretty wild. But it's also wild to me just how right now inflammatory this topic is. I still will tell you that I don't come out of the game on Sunday, and I was there. It's different watching it on TV.
Yeah.
And I totally admit that all the time. I don't watch it like that. Mm-hmm. And so my first real raw emotion of it is kind of in real time. And I was stunned to see all the discourse on Trevor coming out of that game, to be honest. Like, I didn't think that was like, holy cow, the worst quarterback game I've ever seen to spark the whole thing. Now, I do understand that the nation was watching. Mm-hmm. So now your national folks are watching. And once they start, and like I said yesterday, you've got fantasy football, you've got betting people, you've got, Trevor truthers, Trevor haters, all this stuff. And it's going to be about the quarterback a lot. So I guess I understand it to a degree, but I didn't see this coming. I mean, again, I thought we'd be talking about Brian Thomas Jr. a lot more than this. I thought we're talking Trevor Lawrence more than Travis Hunter. We didn't even get to Travis Hunter yesterday. I've got a lot of thoughts about Travis Hunter. We'll probably get to today. Haven't really even got to him. So, yeah, I'm a bit surprised because at the same time, again, from my vantage point, I think Trevor's done a lot of good stuff. Mm-hmm. Really done a lot of good stuff over the last month. And I don't mind saying I'm more Team Trevor than not. Like I think that's pretty obvious.
Of course.
But that doesn't mean I can't see the other side of it. I think you can get, because you have to be one or the other. To your point, right? You're the same thing.
That's what I try to purvey, but you're not going to. Now I'm on a side, so let's roll.
Yeah, but you don't have to dig it. Like that's the beauty of the view.
I'm sorry. You think I'm going to dig anything?
Well, you're not going to dig it. I know, but people will. That's the way our world works. And then they'll come on the other side and never admit they dug in.
Sure.
Down the road, right? Yeah. And so that's where you don't really get a lot of that, I don't think, with us, or at least intentionally. What happened yesterday was not calculated. If it was, we'd probably do more of it.
No, for sure.
If that was the end game. But anyway, hey, it is what it is. I think there's a lot out there. I love seeing, honestly, some of the support, and I'm interested in seeing some of the critics and where there's good points and not good points. But we do want this now in our world. We love this about sports and everything else. It's got to be all or nothing. Yeah. And we say this a lot on this show. There's so much in the middle of it that needs to be explained. And that's why, again, coming off, if you listen to yesterday's show, like go back and listen, at least from my standpoint, what I brought to the table or tried to for like 45 minutes yesterday at 11 o'clock was, I can come on what you or the critics are saying on some things, but I also will say, okay, is it this and is it all the same? Well, the answer is it's never all the same. Not every quarterback in the National Football League is lined up correctly or the same way, correctly or incorrectly, the same way. So, and I do think Trevor has had some issues to deal with, but we will see. I thought about this morning. Got one thing about Trevor. And I got to go look it up, but it was 3 years ago, coming off of London, where his season changed.
Okay.
It was against the Denver Broncos, where he threw that pick in the end zone. And 22 was spearheaded by a post-London appearance. I don't know exactly what part of the season that was in. I don't know if it was like the 5th game or the 7th game or whatever game. I hadn't looked it up yet, but I seriously was just thinking about it coming in. And now I'm thinking about all this discourse, and Trevor, again, is a very volatile topic.
Yeah.
And it's coming off London with a bye week and on the other side, and now I'm kind of fascinated if there's going to be a parallel of where the Jags schedule-wise, Trevor play-wise, because I actually think there are things that he's growing in right now over the last 4 weeks that could blossom. And I'm a big believer that this offense is going to be better in the second half of the year. Yeah. And quite frankly, I think there are things to point to. How could they be worse? 21 drops, all the penalties, those kind of things. The only way they could be worse, knock on wood, is if they turn the ball over at a rapid rate, because it's one thing they really haven't done.
No, and that's, I think, been kind of the saving grace for the quote-unquote, the truthers out there. That's what you can, tie your wagon to. And I think the haters want, here's what it is. You're 4-3. There should be optimism right now. Yeah. And I don't think there's enough optimism given what the division looks like. Houston's fallen off. Obviously, Indianapolis is doing their thing right now, which nobody, at least I didn't see coming at all. But they're the team to beat right now. But you're well in the division to get a wild card spot and to go to the playoffs. Theoretically, you should be celebrating in the streets right now because of that, because of what it looked like last year. The problem is, and I spoke on this in the preseason, I think a lot of people did, there wasn't necessarily expectations to go to the playoffs from this team. The biggest question was, is Trevor Lawrence the guy or not? And whether you support Trevor Lawrence, whether you want to hate on Trevor Lawrence, or whether you want to find yourself someplace in the middle, I think we can sit here 7 games in and say we honestly don't know. And if that's the biggest question mark, and that was the question mark to start the season, that's where all I feel like the disconnect comes from. Because, yes, you're 4-3. The games that you won, they didn't look the best. You got a couple lucky breaks, but that's football, right? You take a win anytime you can get it. And you probably could have had another win in Cincinnati if it wasn't for a bad call, right? You can say that. And maybe Houston would have beat you if, Tyson Campbell doesn't knock the ball. You can go back and forth with it. But the way that they've lost, that to me is what people have the issue with, is what the losses have looked like. Take Cincinnati out of it because that was just a game that was, Jake Browning comes in and what. But you take the last 2 games with Seattle and LA, 2 quality teams from the NFC, and you look at how those games have gone. Like, they haven't been Trevor Lawrence's best games. They haven't been the offense's best showcase by any means. That's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. I honestly think, too, there are, well, I won't say. I don't know if he's played. I didn't think he played great in the first 3 games. I thought those were the 3 games that he played actually probably worse.
But you know what it is, Brent. They won, so
it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we'll keep on the Trevor talk. I don't know if there's a lot new to add.
Oh, let's just go through the comments, man.
Well, we can do that a little bit.
I'm kidding. Should we wait for Casey?
Well, there's one thing.
Casey's work.
One thing I regretfully don't do enough with our folks that join the show just on a daily basis. And hello to some of the newcomers that are probably going to be here as well. But I do like to get their thoughts. And yesterday they had a lot of traffic here in the chat. Like Gary says, I feel there's going to be some big news coming from the Jags in the next couple of days. I don't know.
Maybe just in terms of like a trade, like Gladstone hinting at maybe they go interior defense, something like that.
Yeah, I think I would think, though, if you're going to trade, what's today, Wednesday? Mm-hmm. No? I think if you're trading on a Monday, Tuesday most of the time. Not saying you can't trade on the other days. I'm just saying people are in a work week. So now is it next Monday, Tuesday? And if they were really going to make some big move sooner or later, would you do it on the sooner side rather than the later side? They still have weeks to go. Well, a couple weeks to go. The trade deadline is coming up. So, and one thing I never did get to the other day, a lot of people have mentioned Olave.
Please.
Right?
Oh.
But a lot of also Waddle. Like, you know what's interesting? I think it was it Pelissero? It might have been Pelissero. Because I think it was ESPN. I can't remember who did it today. Oh, Jeremy Fowler. So Jeremy Fowler today put 25 guys that could get traded.
Okay.
And then he puts here's why they could get traded and fit of a team. Yeah, just common stuff. 25 guys. Not one Jags player and an honorable mention. So none of them were Jags players that were on the block, potentially. Mm-hmm. And none of the fits mentioned the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, it would be like the Giants, the Seahawks, and the Cowboys, right? It would be 3 teams. It wasn't like it was one team. 25, there probably were 70 teams mentioned, if you count it all up.
Yeah.
25 different guys, and not one of them mentioned to the Jags, which I find a little surprising because if one thing Gladstone has shown is, he ain't sitting around. So, I feel like there is a move coming on, to Gary's point. And I don't know where that's going to end up.
Yeah.
But the one thing this is not a full suggestion. Here's the disclaimer. Mm-hmm. But it's a curiosity. Right now, one of their weakest positions on the football team is the wide receiver spot. Mm-hmm. It's inconsistent. As much as anything else on their team, it's inconsistent. I don't know if it's bad because there are highlight moments. Travis Hunter's starting to come out of it. Brian Thomas Jr.'s had some nice moments. Yeah. Parker Washington has had some nice moments. It is freaking inconsistent, though. Maybe more than anything else on this team, even more than the quarterback. I think. So, what can you upgrade that? Do you go get Olave? Do you go get a Waddle? Does it have to be an upgrade to that degree? A lot of people want to mention Jakobi Myers. Can you go get a guy like that? Is there a way to enhance your receiving core, which right now you could debate is and has been the most inconsistent to worst part of your football team here in 2025? And nobody would have predicted that.
No.
Yeah. Theoretically, could you get a guy like Olave? I don't know what the contracts look like if they have to be re-signed. I assume they would.
He would.
Right?
He's looking for an extension. He's been a banged-up player. He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
But this would be, hey, we don't really believe in Brian Thomas Jr. in the long run.
If that's the case, then you're going to probably have to ship Brian Thomas Jr. out.
That would be my next thing. Can then you ship him in a pick? This was my wild scenario, by the way.
Okay.
You go get an Olave or a Waddle or whatever else, and then you take Brian Thomas Jr., give him a change of scenery, along with a pick. You got 13 of them or whatever, and go get a defensive interior lineman, which you are hurting for. It's been 4 years to try to figure out this position, and you can't. So then you go get a bigger name. It might not be Dexter Lawrence, by the way, but now, could you do that? That is my Madden kind of. And I'm not endorsing this. I'm just saying, could something like that really change your football team for now and for the future? with some fixes that we think on both sides of the ball are the biggest problem spots at the moment.
I mean, it does make some sense. And like I always say, like the salary cap's not a real thing. I would wonder, though, how much Chris Olave would cost you if you were going to bring him here, because I feel like he probably have to pay him top 5 money, even though you wouldn't probably consider him a top 5 wide receiver at this point. Like he plays on a bad offense, so it's hard to say like how good the dude is.
And he's been hurt.
Yeah, and,
so I think that
he has
drops
been a little
the
banged
dollar
up.
down.
Yeah, but I still feel like there's the market is rising for a wide receiver, so you got to pay him another deal. Are you going to pay Trayvon Walker? What are you going to do with him? So, like, I get it. You can always move around the salary cap and everything and make it work for you. I would, if I'm going to bring in a guy like Waddle or Chris Olave, I better have in my back pocket that I'm going to get top dollar for Brian Thomas Jr. then.
Yeah, and I don't know what top dollar is. You're not going to get a first-round pick back.
No. I mean, that's obviously not. But, like, what does it look like then? Like, there's no team that's going to be willing to give up a first-round pick. A legit defensive tackle? Probably not either. So now we're talking like, okay, do you get a third or even a fourth for Brian Thomas Jr.? If that's the case, I would much rather, like, ride it out and see them.
You would.
And I would if I'm getting a third or fourth for Brian Thomas Jr., I would ride out this season and see if I can try to salvage something. And when I say ride out the season, I don't mean like he's your number one receiver still. Like, no, I think you're going to feature a lot more Travis Hunter, but I'm going to see exactly what he can bring to the table in Brian Thomas Jr.
Hamby, what do you make of this? And again, this is just total theory, guy. Like I think
Casey, quip it. Brent wants to trade Brian Thomas Jr.
Well,
let's go.
Here's the thing. Here's what I do believe, right? I mean, we do this 3 hours a day. We talk to Jags a lot. And we've done fly on the wall before, and maybe we should bring it back. But I think these are the conversations that actually do take place. You can't get anything off the board. Now, I could sit there at the same table as James Gladstone, Tony Baselli, and Liam Cohen. I could suggest this before we bring the money guy in and be like, Brent, you're an idiot. Like, they might say that. Now, I know social media will say that. But, I mean, they might say that. But they might not. Like, those are two positions that we know right now are not great, inconsistent. And to me, Hamby, the question is, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, how much do you believe in Brian Thomas Jr.? It's apparent they believe in Cam Little. They are not bringing in a kicker. They're going to let him kick through it. Do you continue to let him play through this with his talents? I'm a big fan of Brian Thomas Jr., extremely talented player. But right now, it doesn't fit. That's the right now. What do you balance with a 22-year-old player that could be a perennially good receiver in the National Football League? Do you give up on that? Do you nurture that? Do you work through that at the expense of potentially this year missing some big plays that could cost you a playoff spot, quite frankly?
Yeah, I always go back to what we talked about all offseason when Liam Cohen kind of first got the job and how highly he spoke of Brian Thomas Jr., that he's special and, wanted the offense to run through him and all those things. I don't know if they'll give up on him after 7 games. He's had 1 or 2 good games in those 7. So I would be hesitant to say they would give up on him now, especially because a lot of the conversation before this offseason is how much is this front office, Gladstone and Baselli, how much are they going to play for this year? How much are they looking forward to the future? And
they have to play for this year right now.
I understand that, but I think they're still going to
drafting Travis Hunter said that.
Yeah, 4-3 says that.
I get it, but at the same time, I think they're trying to be forward and future thinking as much as possible, as well, to balance those two things out. And I think that would be what keeps them from doing anything with Brian Thomas Jr. because they're going to err on the side of he's 23. If anybody can nurture him, if anybody can get the best out of him, we think we can. We want to take the patient route with him and we got him for 3 more years after this year. We're going to bet on him, bet on ourselves to be able to make this a working relationship to where we can get what, top 10 type numbers out of him. And
yeah, that's what they're expecting this year.
And just disregard what we've seen the last couple weeks. 7
weeks. No, not couple. 7 weeks.
Here's how I look at it. Like, once again, now I'm on the fence because you see both sides, right? But here's what I think they should do. Like, if you could get a defensive tackle for Brian Thomas, a legit one that could come in right away and make a difference, I think if you're James Gladstone, you definitely consider that. That's not going to happen though. Like, you're not going to have like, Jeffrey Simmons isn't coming here for Brian Thomas Jr., right? There's no way. You think the Tennessee Titans would trade Simmons for Brian Thomas Jr.? Okay, see, I don't think that, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I think you might have to give up a pick as well. But
you're saying that the Jags have to give up a pick.
Yeah. Like my because of what it's been like this year, I think you might have to also throw in like a 5th round pick or something. But for a player to that degree.
Correct.
But do I think that? I don't know how much sense that makes for Jacksonville given Simmons' age right now.
Because then you got to pay. You're gonna have to pay him.
Well, he's already making it, right? I don't know where he's at contract wise right now, but yeah, I think they would think about that. Now that's an in-division trade, which makes it even harder.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think they would.
See,
now Dexter Lawrence, not so sure.
See, I don't think Dexter Lawrence. I don't think Jeffrey Simmons either. Like, I don't think there's anybody out there that would be willing to trade their star defensive tackle for Brian Thomas Jr. just based off what Brian Thomas Jr. is doing this year. Now, maybe there is maybe the Titans want to go, hey, let's help out Cam Ward. Calvin Ridley's been banged up and everything. Let's get him in here. Like,
I think they might do it.
For what Jeffrey Simmons means to that city, I mean, let's be honest, he's their best player by far on that team. Like, we've seen what happens when you trade your best player away. Now, maybe the Tennessee Titans are dumb enough to do it, and if so, then James Gladstone pull the trigger. I just don't see it happening. So the thing with Brian Thomas Jr. is that, yeah, I would go after a Chris Olave. I would go after a Jalen Waddle if you have to, if you have to shore up your wide receiving core. But then I wouldn't get rid of Brian Thomas Jr. Like, I would still wait to see what you have with him because I don't think you're going to get the premium return for Brian Thomas Jr. Now, granted, James Gladstone doesn't owe Brian Thomas Jr. anything, right? He was the one that drafted him, right? He was a first-round pick. He didn't draft him there. But at the same time, I feel like you still have to get, like, cash on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, pennies. You have to, like, at least get something back in return. So if I'm the Jaguars, sure, get another wide receiver if you have to, pay him that money, fine. You have Brian Thomas Jr. for a couple more years on a rookie contract. I let Brian Thomas Jr. work it out because one of the things is going to happen. Either he does, and he's hungry, and he realizes, like, hey, I better step it up because I'm getting close to a couple years of my contract year where wide receivers are making tons and tons of money, so I better go do my thing. And if you don't, well, then that's on you. Like, look what Travis Etienne's doing this year. You think it's by mistake that Travis Etienne's having probably his best season so far when he's featured? No, because he knows that if he has a great season, he's about to get paid.
Yeah, I would just say I think you can get Olave without having to give up a receiver. And I know that kind of clogs the room, but at the same time, if I'm thinking years in the future, Diami's on a 1-year deal.
No, yeah, that's that.
You know,
you can keep them all if you want.
Oh, I would, man.
I would take the chess piece though, and then make it into. I try to at least get an interior defensive lineman. Again, I don't know what it's costing for Olave because they know there's big bucks coming up. They don't want to give people away from everything you read. Mickey Loomis doesn't want to do that. But they're 1-6. They're not good. They've got a bunch of cap problems. They're rebuilding all this stuff. And so can you take and listen, Olave to me is a bit dangerous. I don't want to go trade a bunch for an injured guy. He's hurt a lot.
Would you rather have Jalen Waddle or Olave?
Probably Waddle. And Waddle's been banged up too. But I think I'd rather have Waddle. And I was reading stuff on Waddle today, and Waddle actually fits what Cohen does. Get the ball in his hands, screen stuff, all those kind of, like, I think his game might fit. Now, Olave fit too. I mean, he's a good player. But I don't know, who would you rather have?
Well, so I think about it like, I feel like Waddle is more of Travis Hunter's game.
Is he playing out of the slot most?
Well, I mean, they do a lot of, like, with Waddle, it's like, he's, like you said, they get the ball in his hands. Right now, like, he's taken over as the one receiver in Miami because they lost Tyreek Hill for the season. But, like, with Olave, that's more of, like, the route trees there, like, anything that you need, he does.
Yeah, that's cool.
And he's a target monster. So, like, the way I could envision it is, okay, you have Olave kind of as, like, your 1A, 1B with, obviously, Travis Hunter. He's like, you know, almost like a Keenan Allen, if you will. And Keenan Allen in his prime, not Keenan Allen now, even though he's still playing well. Then you got Travis Hunter, who does a little bit of everything, those jets, whatever you need him to do, jet sweeps, screens, like, he's your dynamic playmaker. And then if you bring Brian Thomas Jr. in as that go threat and just say, hey, man, you're the fastest guy at wide receiver, go straight down the field and we'll get you the ball, then you might have something there.
Might have some.
So, like, that's why I would at least consider – and then Dwamie Brown, bring him in sparingly, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But, like, that's why I would at least consider keeping Brian Thomas Jr. because, like, yeah, he can't catch the ball right now, and that's an issue. But the speed speaks for itself.
It is. It is.
And you can't teach that. Like, if you can harness that and somehow get his hands back, that's a weapon that you want.
Yeah, I don't know what it costs to get Olave, by the way. I'm not sure. They can't be giving away first-round picks.
Yeah,
they don't have one. They really can't give away a lot of top ammunition, in my opinion, because they want to go probably bounce up into that first round. So it's like, this isn't, we're not playing fantasy football here. Like, I don't know if you can do both. My initial thought, again, and this was a perfect world type of deal, was go get a guy like Olave or Waddle and flip Brian Thomas Jr. into a defensive. How about this? If there's some way, shape, or form, I would like 2 Miami Dolphins right now.
Okay.
Zach Seiler, he would really help. And by the way, they loved him down at that practices now. They were raving about him. And Waddle. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the 2 guys on that team that I think you could have and use. Now, the other thing about, like, this, go back to the Simmons of the world or even a Dexter Lawrence of the world, which I don't think we're going to do, but those are everybody's looking for receivers. Like, people are looking for receivers. I know Neighbors is out now in New York. I don't know if they feel like they're going to threaten it all with the way Dart's playing and Scatterboo are playing or whatever. But they obviously, I don't think they want to give up the best defensive tackle in the game either. Simmons, to me, makes a little, because there's a long rebuild about to happen in Tennessee. I mean, they've got a lot of work still to be done, and they have no weapons for Cam Ward. So could you take a Brian Thomas Jr.? Again, if it was in the division, I feel like it would be a little bit more likely that you could at least talk about it. Again, perfectly clear here. I'm a fan of Brian Thomas Jr., but I'm also concerned about Brian Thomas Jr.
Rightfully so.
And I would say, we did this yesterday, to me, he is my number one concern right now in this football. More than Cam Little, more than Trevor Lawrence, he just really is a concern for me because I see so much talent, but 7 weeks of this and a training camp last year. And if you really want to now turn it on the negative side, because when things go bad, you start to look back at last year, and then it gets exacerbated that, hey, they were feeding him the ball, but they were feeding him the ball behind the line of scrimmage a lot, or just go routes. Like, he's never had to go over the middle and do what they're trying to do with him in his career. And it's not comfortable for him. He also might be banged up, which, by the way, would also make it hard to trade him because he's got a shoulder or wrist or whatever. He certainly seems like he's working through some things right now. Again, are you going to sit here and work through all this? A lot of people, not me as much, think Trevor's the highest on the list to work through if you're Liam Cohen. Now you got to work through this with Brian Thomas Jr. Now you got to work through this with Cam Little. You're really putting a lot on this coaching staff to say, hey, you got to dial up the right plays. You got to coach them up, make sure they're not having penalties. Oh, by the way, you're working through the thing with Travis Hunter. Like, how much? I know it's coaching. I know they get paid a lot of money, but that's a lot to ask the coach to make sure you're putting everybody in these positions so they can hopefully do their job well.
Sure. Yeah.
That is a lot to ask. Where I think it's a players' league, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? You got to go make plays. So, yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't know. We got the one question in the chat, but I think that's a question that we were bringing up yesterday a little bit, and that's what they're talking about, right? I would think that's what they're. Why would anything be off the table? It's a new regime. We never saw Tyson Campbell coming. Let's be honest. We didn't see that coming. So why wouldn't anything be on the table? And I think everything's on the table until you cross it off the list and say, okay, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, and my argument with that is they seem very keen on keeping Cam Little. And I get it's a different position and everything, but, like, to me, saying that you're not going to bring competition, you're going to kick through it, and yeah, you should be you should beat the Raiders by a lot. But if it comes down to it and it comes down to a field goal, you're probably not feeling the most confident right now in that.
I don't.
But you're going to ride with that. Like, they're choosing to ride with that. Now, with Brian Thomas Jr., it's a little different because there's been what now? I would say out of the 7 games, 5 games have been alarming.
Alarming drops.
Alarming drops.
Let's go 5 for 7. And
okay.
Heck, even the game, his best game of the year, went 8 catches. he still dropped a couple big ones.
Is that you talking about
Chiefs game?
Chiefs game. But he also had the huge catch. I understand. But I guess where I sit, Brent, like if they bring in competition for Cam Little and it didn't work out, I would be okay with another kicker here. With Tyson Campbell, watching him leave, like I was okay because, scheme-wise, I guess, Newsom's going to be better. Time will tell on that one. I questioned, but I got it with Evan Ingram, whereas like, he didn't fit the scheme, even though I thought he meant a lot in the locker room and a lot of just like that Jaguars culture, the morale, but you got rid of him. And then Christian Kirk, I was indifferent towards. I just didn't like how he was a divisional opponent, right? If you get rid of Brian Thomas Jr., I'm going to, unless it's for like Jeffrey Simmons, but if you get rid of Brian Thomas Jr., I'm going to feel a certain type of way about it, because then if I see him on another team balling out, putting up numbers I did last year where the guy had 10 touchdowns and 1,300 yards, like if he does that on another team, I'm gonna be mad. I'm going to be upset. Like, didn't care about Quincy Williams doing his thing. More power to you, Quincy. Didn't work out here. We've seen it work out here. We saw him ball out last year. Now, I don't know what's going on with him, if it's the injury, if it's psychological, a combination of both, whatever. But I'm just saying, if you're willing to risk it for the biscuit and get rid of a guy last year with a backup quarterback who had 10 touchdowns and 1,300 yards receiving, then you better get a solid return for him.
Yeah, you better replace it.
Because if you don't, and it's like, let's just get him out of here because he's not producing, but then I better not see him producing someplace else.
Yeah. Because
then I'll say, well, why the hell didn't you just keep him at his, rookie contract?
Well, that's why, Austin, just to finish this up before we go to break, my thought is, it's I don't do almost one move without the other. Mm-hmm. Like, I do the one move first, which is, go acquire Chris Olave. So now you have somebody that, if that does happen, you got a guy, too, that can really play. Like, and you're confident. I mean, he's a stud. Like, Olave and Brian Thomas Jr. comparable.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think one's a lot younger, right? So you're confident with maybe
2 years younger. I think Olave's only 25. Right?
I guess I just feel he's like so much older because like the injuries that he's had.
And again, that worries me. You have to factor that in.
I mean, it's the NFL. Guys are getting banged up. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I just want to see him on another team balling out, Brent. Like that's the one guy where I don't want to see it.
Yeah, fair enough. We will take a break. Brent and Austen show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Look at the lineup. Man, we got some wild stuff going on. Did you catch John Mara? Was it John? No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Mara. It was
Woody.
It was Woody Johnson. And we'll get to that. Well, I guess we already jumped the gun on the receiver stuff. My bad. You got the Justin Fields. I got everything. And the NBA, Austin's going to give us a lesson on why we should watch the NBA this year as it started last night.
I'm going to try my best at that.
And we just have a feel, I guess, that Casey's going to want to talk about Austin's mentions.
Yeah, man.
We'll be back. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
His family, and you know, they found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mayer not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that that change would have happened long after our game.
And then Russell Wilson says this, classless but not surprised, didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media. Hashtag let's ride. That's Russell
cooking.
Wilson.
He's cooking.
Bounty hunting. And this is way out of character, by the way, for Russell Wilson to do this. And Sean Payton gets you to do that now. Sean Payton is kind of like one of what a lot of people around the league, I'm not calling him this because I don't know him.
Yeah.
But I would say a lot of people around the league would call him a jerk.
Yeah, I think he's a coach like around the league that he kind of comes off a certain way, but I think you like playing for him.
Well, I think so too, and he's a good coach. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's a good coach, but I also think I think he can seriously be top level a-hole.
Sure. Sure.
You know?
The dude's had a movie about him, man. Kevin James played the Sean Payton movie.
Yeah.
Do you think Russell Wilson went to ChatGPT and said, no, this is a serious question, and asked, can help me roast Sean Payton? Because
how
like
do
you said,
clap back at your former head coach?
Yeah, because that was very uncharacteristic, I felt like, for Russell Wilson.
It was. I think it really is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the responses to him. Like, are more people siding with Russell Wilson or Payton on it?
Brent, I'm looking at my own responses. I don't have time to see
busy.
Russell Wilson's responses.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
In a way, I say good for Russell Wilson here. I don't know if it was an over-the-line comment, but he obviously has a history with Russell Wilson there.
Oh, it was a nightmare.
And it wasn't good. So I think it probably was an over-the-line comment if you're deep diving into that situation. From my ears, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, I wouldn't have caught anything. If Russell Wilson never said anything, this wouldn't be a story.
Yeah.
Right? But, again, you know the personality and kind of the temperament and the perception, if you will, of Sean Payton. And you also know it for Russell Wilson. And for it to come to this, I think it's pretty fascinating that he took it that way. And I kind of like, good for you, Russ. Get your shot in.
Yeah, good for you.
That dude takes so much crap. I mean, whether it's deserved or not, I kind of feel like, hey, go get one off if you need to.
Yeah, no, for sure. But this is the thing, Brent. Like, if it's deserved, like, we don't see, because all we hear is like the secondhand tale of like what happened in Denver, right? Like, you hear about Russell Wilson requesting that he gets his own office in the building.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Then you hear about the whole contract thing where Sean Payton kept him out to screw over Russell Wilson and his medical bonus or something, whatever it was. Then you hear that part, but it's like
the airplane.
Yeah, the airplane part working out. Was that they didn't play the Jaguars, did they? Was that the Okay, there's somebody else. Okay. But like you hear all these things secondhand and you don't really know like what's completely true and what's not. So then all you have to go off is the back and forth. Like, I don't ask a lot for a coach player town hall. I would love to, give me Brent if you hosted it. Sean Payton one side, Russell Wilson another side, and let's just like let's really hash this out here, because like I want to chip Russell and say, dude, but then I'm like, well, you were kind of like acting up in Denver, so serves you right. Like, I don't know who. I want someone to cheer for. I don't know who it is.
Russell Wilson. I'm kind of cheering for Russell Wilson here in a way. I don't know if that's right. I think he's become such a punching bag. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, I've heard many times about Sean Payton. I think you either like him or you don't. And I think I'm more on team probably wouldn't. So again, if he was a coach here, I probably wouldn't say that. All right, fair enough. Maybe you get to know him, and maybe it's a little bit different of a vibe, and maybe he's your guy. Like, all those things kind of matter. Here's what I'm kind of, to me, what's wild is if you look at college football right now, and maybe pro sports in general, but specifically the NFL, wow, we've got a lot of people being more brash than ever and saying stuff. Like, you just never heard this stuff. Very seldom. That's why we were so stunned when other players took shots on a microphone to Blake Bortles. It wasn't that they did it or if things were being said. It's that they did it in front of this. And you don't usually do that. It's just an unwritten rule that you don't do that. Mm-hmm. And that's really where it was like, come on, man, you got to be better than that, right? That's kind of classless to feel if you're calling in the fraternity, you're calling out another guy to that degree, unless there was real warranted reason. Blake never gave anybody outside of maybe poor play the reason to do that. So this one obviously has some animosity. I'm a little surprised at the Woody Johnson stuff yesterday. Like, to really go after the quarterback in that way, we have it. Here's Woody Johnson talking about the Jets situation, where I guess I can admire the fact that he defended his rookie coach, but he sure as heck didn't defend the quarterback.
What's your confidence level in Aaron to turn it around?
Well, it looks like he's turning around parts of it. You know, it's hard when you have a quarterback with, with a rating that we've got. You know, he has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you go across the league. You have to play consistently with, at that position, and that's what we're going to try to do for the remainder of the season.
So what gives you hope then?
I just think defense, special teams are doing better. Defense is pretty good, and if we can just complete a pass, it would look good. You got to complete some passes. You got to convince them that you can do something. Otherwise, it's hard to have have a game that you could win.
Wow. I mean, that is scathing stuff. If I'm Aaron Glenn, I'm like, well, thank you. I guess he's got my back. But
listen, Hamby, I'm going to repeat, and Brent, once again, you were gone for this. I'm going to repeat what I said last week about the New York Jets. It doesn't matter if it's Saleh, doesn't matter if it's Aaron Glenn, doesn't matter if it's Adam Gase, doesn't matter if it's Todd Bowles. It's not a coaching issue.
It's that guy.
And it's not a player issue. It's a management issue.
Yeah.
And that's like exhibit A, B, C, D right there. Like, you can't do that.
In that market specifically. But you can't do that anyway.
We just need a quarterback that could complete a pass.
And like, I get it. It's New York, right? So it is more, I feel like, of a market that is demanding. Like, listen, sports radio in New York, Giants are just going absolutely, haywire for Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart. Like, they won the Super Bowl.
33 points.
Yeah. So they won the Super Bowl. Oh, and 33 points, too. And Jets, it's just like, what the hell is this team, right? And I'm telling you, man, like, people want to hate on Aaron Glenn, and I get it. Your defense is getting a little better, but you were brought there to change it, to be a defensive-minded coach, and you're not getting that done. I don't think it matters who you hire, man. I think there's more like problems with the executives and the people running the show there, that whoever goes in there is set up to fail.
By the way, the defense give up 34 points, 30 points, 29 points, 27 points, 37 points, and then the last 2 weeks they've given up 13 and 13 to Carolina and the Broncos. I mean, so the Broncos game in London was a good defensive performance. Yeah. But outside of that, I mean, he says he's like pretty good. It's like pretty good defense. Yeah, is that the standard? Like, he's your defensive guy. And by the way, this to me is like, put it on the top of the Kevin O'Connell list when he says young quarterbacks don't fail organizations. Organizations fail young quarterbacks. This is it. Because you hire Glenn, you bring in Justin Fields, and 7 games in, you're calling him out, and you're like, we're done with him. We can't even do it. Well, when you bring in coaches, they sign up for this, dude. Like, that means you've got to coach it up. You feel like you can get something out of him. You got to hire the right offensive coordinator in New York to be able to do that, since you're a defensive coordinator. And 2 games of playing good defense doesn't really take away from the fact that you were giving up 30-plus a game.
Sit and get your thoughts on the game. I hate this team. I was born into this, and I'm not going to ever – I'm always a Jets fan, but, like, I hate this team.
Unreal. Let me ask you this. Before the season started, would you have bought – to have like long-term success, would you have bought into the New York Jets and New York Giants?
I would have taken the Jets. I would have taken the Jets.
I think I would have. I mean, the roster, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought Fields was gonna like.
I'm not a Fields hater.
I'm not a Fields hater either. I do like Fields, but I didn't also think, like, okay, they got it. Here's the thing about it. The Giants have a good defense, like a really good defense that people didn't talk about until maybe real recent, since now that eyes are on them.
Yeah.
And they had 3 quarterbacks to pick from. Like, I'm not like the worst. I'm not the biggest Russell Wilson hater in the world, or even Jameis Winston for that matter.
Yeah, you can come and compete.
So, I think Dable's a better coach. Like, I think Dable's a decent coach. He was coach of the year.
Yeah.
So I would say probably long term, I feel like I probably would have bought into the Giants, but it would have been a healthy debate.
Yeah. See, I think I lean towards the Jets just because, like, I didn't think Jackson Dart was going to do what he's doing already. Like, nobody saw that, right?
I'm not saying this from a standpoint I saw Dart and Scatterbo doing what they're doing.
Of course.
I'm just saying your defense could keep you in games. There's more to buy into.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I probably would have took the Jets simply because I thought Justin Fields, like, listen, there's no civil war right now in New York in terms of Justin Fields. There's just one side.
It's over.
There's one side, and that's it.
His starting career is over.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, you can't even run him back out there. Like, who are they playing? Tyrod Taylor?
Oh, yeah, Brent, your favorite.
My favorite guy.
Yeah.
That dude has been in the league for 40 years?
Hey,
or is it 30?
You know, like, he's going to do just enough, right? He's not going to go out there and get 5 touchdowns and show off. Not going to go out there and throw, 5 interceptions and, like, put his team in jeopardy. Just going to go right down the middle, man.
I think he's done, and so now it's a mess in the Jets, to be honest. Like, you said it. I don't think anybody would disagree with what you said. Like, I don't think it's a top. That dude's the problem.
Yeah.
Not the fan, Woody Johnson. Which, by the way, Woody Johnson, isn't he like ambassador to wherever? He's hardly the owner sometimes. Like, he really has been the problem.
Yeah.
And listen, we're talking about an organization we know has faults and has had faults and futility in Jacksonville. Like, we know sometimes where the roots lie of the issue. And I've never been that big of a believer that it was like Shad Khan's fault. I thought he kind of gave him every opportunity. But now we got all over Shad for keeping bulky and this disjointed never reset. We did get on him for that. And we didn't understand, why are you not resetting multiple times? Oh, they finally have reset. We feel like it's first time in over a decade. And it looks like it's going in the right direction. But the bottom line is, the Jets are a bigger problem. Like, they have yet to figure it out. Let's hope Shad figured it out here. We don't know if Haslam and the Browns have figured it out because they got 50 quarterbacks and they may go through 4 of them this year. So, but that guy's the problem, really, to your point. I don't know if Aaron Glenn's a great head coach. I thought he earned the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also don't know if he's a great head coach.
But do you think he's on the hot seat already after one season? Because it looks bad.
It looks really bad. I think, and I
you
don't
think
know
he's on the
if
hot
there's
seat.
Yeah. I think there was some thought coming out of that game against the Broncos that he might get fired 6 games in. But it feels a little bit Hackett-like in Denver to me.
Yeah.
Where he looks, it's a great man, really good coordinator, obviously. But he looks a little over his head. And also, he doesn't have the stuff to work with to make up for that.
Yeah.
So where do they go? I mean, he even said, I think he said, which I kind of appreciated, but I'm sure it wasn't received well. Glenn said the other day, I think at a presser, I think I just read a quote on this, was he was going to call around the league to people he knew and trusted to how best to handle the quarterback situation. And I guarantee you the New York media ran with that sucker now. Like, wait a minute.
It's not a good
like,
look.
Don't you have a plan here? Like, you kind of knew going into the season you might have to get to this plan at some point. Now, he's being super honest, which I can kind of appreciate. But I'm not sure that's the answer in New York. I have not seen any of the reaction to that, but I will just predict it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So, they're a mess. But anyway, guys, I'm just surprised to see all these people coming out and saying they're so brash in what they're saying right now across sports, but across the NFL. I mean, look, you go back to Saleh and Cohen. And we're 7 weeks into the season, and we've got 3 or 4 examples of this. It's like shots across the bow here, like through the microphone across the league to other. And these are coaches. These are people in front office positions, not afraid to say these things. That's surprising to me.
And players as well. I mean,
players,
more than ever, right? But I think, I think James Gladstone said it all when they got Travis Hunter. Like, it's an entertainment business. Like, and I don't think he said that because, I think he said it because obviously you get a very dynamic player now that you've never seen before. But also, I think have just been around the game for a while now. And James Gladstone, having been to LA and now here, like, he understands of this is where we're shifting to, right? And I think whether it's players, whether it's coaches, or hell, whether it's owners like Jerry Jones or Woody Johnson, like, everyone's trying to take that ride for the entertainment business now.
What's interesting there, Austin, is you make it sound like, and you might be right, that these are conversations being had at owners' meetings or league office meetings. Mm-hmm. I thought when James Gladstone said that was kind of in LA. The NFL's got it. Like, the WNBA has done that.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah,
they're like, hey, no holds barred, baby.
Yeah.
You stay in the conversation.
I can tell you all the things that went down with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I can't even really and I know who, but do you know who won the championship this year?
I kind of, was it the Sky? Is that a team?
Brent, the Chicago Sky were the worst team in the WNBA this year.
Oh, there you go.
The worst team. Like, I'm not even exaggerating.
Somebody swept somebody. I remember that.
You're correct.
Wasn't the Aces, was it?
There we go, Brent.
Was the Aces?
Becky, yeah, but Becky won another one.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Hamby, did you know that?
Heck no.
Brent literally said the most discombobulated, the most, like...
That's Angel Reese's team, right?
Yeah, bro, and it's not going good right there right now. Like saying the Jets won the Super Bowl this year. That's what that was.
Thank you. Well, I tried to get him in it last year. We'll be back. Most of us know how to throw.
But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jags Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jax 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Tony Baselli, what's he doing this week? Getting a little rest or trying to make some moves?
Right.
Hey, listen, I think Tony, and the one thing that you can't hide, these guys have done a great job so far. They really have. It's tough to say that coming off 2 losses. I get it. But they've done a great job. And now what do? I think this is all this other talk about individual players. This, to me, is a moment where I really have no idea where this team's going over the last 10 games. And I'm not going to – listen, I can sit here and hope. But I genuinely don't know, one, who the Jags exactly are, and maybe we'll hear Liam Cohen talk about that in a moment, but how they're going to respond and play the last 10 games. And the reason I say that, Austin, is I think this was a shell shocker. I think the coach is frustrated and has to be. I think he's kept a very good attitude, by the way, through these first 7 games, but I think he's got to be frustrated with the things that fans are talking about or you're talking about. But at the very least, with penalties. And, you are who you are after 7 games. We're almost halfway through. They are a team that is highly penalized. Why is that going away because you took a bye week? I can't ride with that. I can't come along with say, don't worry, it's all good. There's one game to say that they fixed it. It was against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
They have not fixed it. They have not fixed the drops. They have not fixed the inconsistencies on offense specifically.
Penalties.
The defense, the defense I can deal with. The defense was the worst defense in the league last year. They got off to a hell of a start. Now, that changed everybody's expectation, but let's keep in mind what we said going in. Can the Jags be a top 20 defense this year instead of a bottom 3 defense? That's really what we're asking, because we thought the offense was going to run the football, score 25 a game. Now, crazy enough, they are actually scoring a decent amount of game, but they haven't done it to the degree that we all know. The eyes tell the story more than the stats tell the story.
Yeah.
So just to reiterate, for me, I have zero idea what this team is going to be for the next 10 games. I don't know if we're on the way to a 6-11 season and they can't figure it out. That would be surprising. That would be really stunning based on the competition they've got to play at the very least. And the talent that this team does, I think, have to at least stay around 500. I don't know if they're going to get to 11 wins because I think there's a path for them to do that and go 7-3 in this last 10. Or I just don't know if they're going to miss the playoffs by a game because they lose one of those gimme games that we've all been talking about. Can't beat Houston on the road, lose to the Chargers, lose to Denver. And it was like, damn, they were 4-1 at one time, but they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's all on the table for me.
And it really should be. And I agree with you with the defense where there was 0 expectations. And I think they almost did themselves a disservice by getting all these interceptions and the pick 6 for touchdowns. And because now it's okay, well, you raise the bar so much where when you come out and give up 21 right away to the Rams, it's well, what the hell? So maybe it's not fair for us to be well, what was that against Los Angeles? Hey, it's still a lot of the same guys on that defense from last year. Now, maybe the scheme's making up for some deficiencies, but you can't expect that defense to go out there every single week and win you a football game. It's not how it works. So, yeah, I think they get off the hook a little bit because it is the offense, right? And what the offense looks like. I agree with you where I don't know what this team is. And I think Liam Cohen, who has done a great job of, answering any question that people have, has done a great job of explaining things. I saw a different Liam Cohen, and rightfully so, after that press conference for the Rams.
Yeah.
He was different. He looked pissed off.
Yeah.
He looked a little dejected. And once again, rightfully so, right? You're in England, man. You just got your butts kicked. Now you have to fly back. I get all that.
Well, you got embarrassed against your former team.
Sure.
There's something in
the
that.
Old coach. Maybe there is. Yeah, for sure. But you want to look at the other losses, and it's the Seattle loss didn't seem and that was a bad one too.
It was
at
bad.
home, right? He seemed more jubilant. He seemed motivated. Hey, that's not who we are. We're going to change it. That press conference with the Rams seemed a little more I don't know who we are.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little
bit. And this is...
I don't blame him if he has a little behind the scenes.
But this is kind of the blessing and the curse that is Liam Cohen in terms of this is a guy who is very candid and shows everything, right? when Bill Belichick would speak his piece, you had no idea what he's thinking.
No way.
You could have won a Super Bowl and have been like, are you guys 0-12 or did you win a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
right? Like, you just never knew what was going on. With Liam Cohen, I think, a guy who does such a good job of communicating, you get the feeling that sometimes when it's not right, it's not right. I think after that Rams game, he showed it wasn't right. And it's not a coincidence that I feel like they didn't post the post-game speech, right? Because who knows what that was.
Yeah.
Right? So I agree with you. I think this Raiders game is going to, like, you want to talk about that Houston Texans game being the most important game of the season, which, looking at it now, it very well might be. But although Houston's kind of like,
yeah, it's a weird one.
declined. Now it might be a Colts game might be the most important. This Raiders game, even though it shouldn't be because the Raiders are not a good franchise right now, not a great team, that might be the most important one. Not because you just have to win, I feel like, but it's like how you win.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with that.
If you go out there to Las Vegas and you win by a field goal or whatever, and you still have 10, 11 penalties, and your offense still looks discombobulated, your defense is giving up some big plays to a bunch of wide receivers you never heard of before, set aside from Jakobi Myers, if he's still going to even be there, that's an issue.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that game is a big game. Well, first of all, I don't care if you win by 3 as long as you win. Like, you've got to win.
That's the most important.
But I get what you're saying. I do think, again, I just ran the gamut. I mean, if you look really good and you beat the Raiders, you can start to say, hey, I think this team could get to 11. They could go 7-3 in the last 10. Again, they've got 4 wins that nothing is a gimme in the NFL, and nothing is a gimme with your Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay? Like, I don't think I have to tell you that. And I don't plan on that. I believe they'll probably lose one of those 4 games against the Raiders, Jets, and Titans twice. But those teams are pretty bad. And are they going to be bad at the time they play them is the question. I mean, so we don't like to admit it. It's a week-to-week deal. It's not a compilation of things. And so, yeah, I would not be stunned if they lost one of those games because that's the way the league is. Mm-hmm. But I also didn't see them beating San Fran, Kansas City, and Houston in a row. So, but point is, if they do beat the Raiders and they look good doing it, well, Houston isn't good, and now you could go sweep them.
Of course.
And then you can get those other 3 games. Well, that gets you to 9 wins. You're not too far away from 11-6. So with a lot of games to go in that period. So, yeah, man, I think you're right. I think this Raiders game has a lot, could say a lot. But the bottom line is they can't lose it. Like this becomes such a big game. It's kind of like the Carolina game off the rip. It's not going to tell you how the season's going to go necessarily.
Yeah.
But it's a game that you feel like at this juncture, much like we felt about Carolina.
Yep.
And we didn't even know who Carolina was. Carolina could have jumped up and bit you, it looks like. But they can't lose this Raiders game.
No.
If they're going to the playoffs. If they're going to go to the playoffs, they can't lose this game.
Yeah, and I'm not even trying to, like, speak into existence or anything, but, like, if they do lose the Raiders game, because the thing about this, like, you come off of a stretch against the Seahawks and the Rams where it just looked bad. Like, it wasn't competitive. You got your butts kicked. Okay, it's the NFL. Sometimes that happens like that, whatever. You go to your bye, now it's time, okay, this is where we refresh, this is where we take care of some things, we get our minds back right, and we come out and make a statement. If you go to Las Vegas and your statement is, hey, we're the same team that essentially showed up against the Rams and the Seahawks, like, not only does that make you, like, Liam Cohen not look the best, but psychologically, a player in that locker room, what are they going to think?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you saw a team against the Kansas City Chiefs that bought all in, like, hey, this is what we do now. Like, we beat the Chiefs against the refs and everything on primetime television. Was it pretty? No, but we got the job done. If you got to leave Las Vegas and go, yeah, we just got beat by the Raiders who, let's be honest, have no business being on the same field as us, yeah, then I think you can talk about a roller coaster, even a free fall of the rest of the season.
Yeah, it brings everything into, onto the table. Let's hear from Liam Cohen. I think he even mentioned the whole reinvent the wheel thing. Is that okay? A place to go, Hamby?
Yeah, those are 2 separate things, though.
Okay, well, you take us to what you got.
So this is to your question on is if he feels like he knows who the Jags are right now at 4-3.
Glimpses of who we want to be in a lot of ways. I think there's you've won four games and everything is right in front of you. I think this is a actual test of adversity. When we lost to Cincinnati, I didn't think, that there was no question that we should have won the game, right? Like you're leading the game for 89 minutes and you lose. You didn't feel like the ship was moving. It was still very steady. You've lost 2 games in 2 weeks, not playing very well and against some darn good opponents. And when you don't play very well and you're not clean and we're not fundamentally sound, you're not doing those things, you're not going to beat playoff caliber teams like that. And so I think when I do know this team in terms of I believe that we compete, that we're tough, that we care a lot, that we don't quit. The reality is what we need to do better is we need to coach the details and we need to rep the details and put them into action on a more consistent basis, or else this may be this is not a fun result that we're living in right now.
Man, I tell you, this is what I like about him. He's got a good feel for what we all feel because it's real. Like the reality of it. That's what I would call it. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn what we feel. And probably, quite frankly, you guys either out there. But I would just say he has a good feel for it. He said 2 things in there that I thought were pretty astute in terms of your surroundings and not trying to blow smoke. And the bottom line is what he said at the end. He's like, we don't do this. We are not going to playoffs. We're not going to this is not going to be fun. Like, if we don't figure it out, it's not going to be fun. Yeah. It's not like, hey, we can hide behind 14 turnovers and everything. It's like, no, this is the reality. Like, it ain't happening. So he said something earlier that kind of struck me too, and now I can't remember. I'm getting old. But that's I can appreciate him saying that. Now they got to go do it. That's the part of it. Because here's the deal, Austen. I don't really think he knows exactly who they are right now through 7 games, and that's a bit of an issue. Because we could sit here and think, but we don't know. What I always say in this job is, what do we know about the Jacksonville Jaguars? There's so many damn inconsistencies on this football team. There's 4 games where you had 14 turnovers. There's 3 games where you had none. Yep. There's inconsistent QB, wide receiver, offensive line, running game, explosive plays on defense, pass rush. I mean, you can kicker. Yeah. What do you know in 7 games? There's not a lot. I give him credit for this. I do think they're a physical team, and that plays hard. Yeah. I think it's hard to say physical because they haven't run as much. I thought
in the trenches.
Hainsey said this the other day, and I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
He said, listen, I know it doesn't look like we're playing as physical in the last couple of weeks because we are not running the ball. That's where you put physical play in. But he said you can still see our physical play in our blocking and other things. Yeah. Like, the bottom line is you just can't throw it 50 times a game. I mean, the reason why they've been sacked 7 times each of the last 2 games, they're throwing it 50-plus times. Yeah. So these can be 2 different topics. He says the physical play, the effort, all that stuff is still showing up. It's just that it's coming in a different way and not the way they want it to come. They want it to come in the running game. They got to get back to doing that, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's what they mean by, hey, we have a physical team. We have a tough team. Like, we have a team that the effort's all there. And so at least they see that 7 weeks out of 7 weeks. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah. But they got to be the more physical team so they can run the ball. And all these other things that go into it, and you just don't know which one's going to show up against the Raiders in Vegas.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is when I got my start in sports radio. I probably on a daily basis, I would say, got to stop the run the football. Because it's important, but also, like, that's got to be the mentality of a good football team, I feel like, is the ability to do that. I mentioned this, I think I mentioned this to Hamby after the show one day, and I talked about this a little bit on Happy Hour as well. Liam Cohen's got an extreme challenge on his hand for this Raiders game because, and granted, he wasn't the coach at Tampa, but he had a giant influence on that offense. And when you look at the guys in that locker room in Tampa, a lot of those guys played on a Super Bowl team. A lot of those guys
I heard you talked about this.
Okay.
This is a good thought.
A lot of those guys had a lot of experience.
Really good thought.
So when Chris Godwin goes down, and Mike Evans goes down against the Baltimore Ravens last year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you lose essentially 2 captains in 1 game.
Yeah.
A lot of, especially at wide receiver, and your offensive coordinator. How are you supposed to do, what are you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm like, hey, no matter what happens 5-6 games from now, I'm not getting judged on this. Like, I lost 2 of my top receivers, 2 guys that are Pro Bowlers, all pros. I don't get judged on this. Well, I'll try to make it work, but don't judge me. That's what should have happened. But what does Liam Cohen do? He finds a way around it. And the reason why he was still able to have success by losing some key pieces on that team was because they had Tristan Wirfs, because they had other guys who knew what it looked like, who knew what they had to do.
Yeah.
Right? And then obviously the emergence of Bucky Irving helped as well. Rashad White did his part. But
and Baker doesn't blink. He's been through the battles.
Yeah,
right?
Baker doesn't blink. He brings that attitude and everything. You had a team that was built to handle adversity.
Yeah.
I think you have a team in Jacksonville right now that's had a lot of bad. Now you have a lot of new pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those new pieces are still kind of learning where they fit in and how it all works. But if you're Liam Cohen now, this isn't Tampa where you can set it and forget it and be like, doesn't matter if we lose a guy here, doesn't matter if it looks like they'll pick it up. I think the energy now and just the accountability, it's got to come from Liam Cohen first. And the hope is eventually that you keep building this thing, where it'll be its own ecosystem that takes care of itself. If you're Liam Cohen, I'm just going to be in the lab drawing up plays the whole time, and I'll check in, make sure everything's doing okay. But yeah, you guys are good. You guys can handle yourselves. The Jaguars aren't to that point yet.
No, they're not.
So this is going to be huge on Liam Cohen now, where he's got to bring the accountability, he's got to bring the energy, and he's got to make it look like a team that's willing to go out there and win football games.
This is, to me, what most fans don't want to hear.
Sure.
Seriously, they don't want to hear it. Or across the National Football League, this is where apples and apples are not apples and apples. It's apples and oranges. The Tampa Bay Bucs organization changed, to your point, when Tom Brady came to Florida. Mm-hmm. And it hasn't really changed since he left, because he left such an imprint on the organization with the staff, with the people that are in that organization, and now those players are veterans. And guess what else they did? They did something that really Tampa hadn't done in a long time. They won. They actually won big, but they won. The only way to change this and get to the point where you say, hey, peeking in on the locker room, you guys good? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is to win. That's the only way. Well, that's hard to do when you're new and putting it together. And so that's why these games against the Raiders become so big. That's why the games against the Jets and the Titans and that Houston game I talked about earlier in the year, or the Carolina game, because you've got to do it under the umbrella of winning to some degree. Because when you get your ass kicked against the Rams in Seattle, well, you can come back to the W's. And at least there's something to lean on. Right now, he's in a good spot because he's got something to lean on. But you're not wrong. And the line of losing this game versus winning this game becomes very narrow when you're trying to create what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And also, there's a bunch of players in that locker room that have been here a while now, and that naturally, just because it's human nature, are like, oh, oh boy,
here we go again.
You're like, listen, they're looking in the mirror, they're trying to talk themselves into it,
of course,
but they're also like, oh crap, and they won't admit it. If you ask them this, they won't admit it. But the reality is, it's human nature. Josh Hines-Allen, Dewey, Trevor Lawrence. You name it, these guys have been through it where it's like, oh, damn.
Because here's the telling point of that, to echo Brent's point. Watch the post-press conferences of the player, or like you in the locker room interviewing players. Watch what their demeanor was like. And I get it. Yes, you got your ass kicked, okay? Yeah. It's not fun to lose. But you could have took those players' reactions to that game, and once again, we got to get it better. Don't really know what's going on. Put it with the Doug Peterson year. Like, there's no difference there.
No.
It's losing, and it sucks. But it's like I always say, man, you got to learn how to lose first.
Yeah.
And hopefully that they figured it out
and by the way,
after the bye week.
I think Liam's got, again, I think this, what we just said about Liam is good, that he's got the awareness of it. The awareness is good. Does he have the practices to put in place? We don't know yet. That's why I say I have zero idea where this thing's going in the next 10 games. Because I will say this, something we said at the beginning of the year, or when this new regime took over, I'm not really sure when, is how will they handle adversity? Because James Gladstone hasn't had a ton of it in L.A. He has not had to learn that from Les Snead and Sean McVay. Now, listen, you always have adversity. But I think they had one losing season in the last 8. One. Where we thought they were about to be awful for years to come, they weren't. They flipped it, to their credit. And then you take Liam Cohen, well, Rams won, Tampa won, Kentucky was even pretty good when he was there. Like, people have not experienced Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these players have, but a lot of these folks have not. Not some of them have really had some tough goes, I'm sure. But I think that's hard. I think that's why this is an important couple weeks, to your point. I think it's a great point. I think how they come out here, what they're going to do. He's done a lot of really good things.
Of course.
I've got some confidence that he's going to make the right calls, push the right buttons, because, quite frankly, these guys have done a lot of that in the last 8 months. But I don't know, and I can't sit here and say, other than blind faith in that they're going to come out on the other side okay in this next 10 games. I don't know that.
We don't know that, and I think, too, I'm not trying to over embellish things or anything, but I think this Raiders game could be the most important game of the season. I really do. And I think right now with what it looks like and what you see, after the losses and everything and what the reaction is to the players and the coaches, this is going to either be the biggest plus of Liam Cohen or it's going to be the biggest detriment of Liam Cohen. You saw this in the preseason. You saw it when he first got here. You've seen it the entire year. He believes in his players, and he has his players back. And as a player, that's what you want in a head coach, especially now. It's what I wanted back in 2010, 11, 12. I'm sure players even want that more now. When you put maximum belief in your players and you prop them up, it's great when you're winning.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they give you reasons not to trust them, whether it's a Brian Thomas Jr., whether it's other players are on this roster right now that aren't playing to their high capabilities, then it makes things hard.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at right now. And that's where I think a lot of just the disappointment at that Liam Cohen press conference after the Rams goes into. It's like, man, I sat here and was saying Brian Thomas Jr., we're going to do so many things with him. And look what I have to do.
Fair enough.
Man,
how can you not be disappointed?
Of course, man, our offense, I said we're going to be a physical, pounding the run type of football team.
Can't even get to a run.
Look at all these penalties. And yes, it does fall on coaching, Brent.
Yeah,
yes,
of course, and he said it.
Yes, but at the same time, it's like, I'm trying to prop you guys up and everything, and this, what am I supposed to do?
This would be my advice right here to Liam Cohen on this thing. I think he's done so many good things, and you can't change that. I think he's doing a pretty good job, and it sounds like in his news conference the other day, I'm not freaking out. I don't sense panic, which is a good thing. I believe, this is just my belief, not common knowledge, that at some point last year, Doug Peterson threw his hands up and was like, F it.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
yeah.
did he just say it? No, he didn't say it.
No.
Okay? But his actions said it. His demeanor said it. Quite frankly, maybe even the way they worked and went about their business half of the year last year said it to a lot of people.
He was over it.
Done with it. Screw it. Whatever. Hopefully we win.
Yeah.
I believe you can't do that if you're Liam Cohen, is my point. Liam Cohen, he's in a totally different space than that. Yeah. But you can't, but he could throw his hands up right now, Austen, and be like, what the hell am I supposed to do? All the things you just said.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, my quarterback didn't hit Travis Hunter on the first play. The second overall pick still can't line up, or he's on the right landmark. We're giving up pressures like my right guard, 9 a game.
Yeah.
What do you call? What do you do? You could say it. Human nature says, you could say it. The average Joe walking through the grocery store would say it.
Liam Cohen wants to go all Woody Johnson. Just be like, hey, what do you want me to do? Yeah.
But
be better.
That's not the way the league works. It's not the way coaching works. It's not the way it's supposed to work. Some coaches do it. I think there was an element of that to Doug Peterson last year that was over it.
100%.
And I don't think Cohen's going to do that, but I'm certainly interested in his response to it. And that gets us back to, let's just throw this one in before we hit a break, Hamby, the reinvent the wheel stuff. And I have said this now for a couple of weeks, is if you're Liam Cohen, where do you start? Where do you start? My advice to Liam Cohen would be, start by, if you win the toss, don't take the ball, because your starts have sucked. You do that when in the early going and it's good. You're jumping out on top. Well, now I don't want the ball.
Yeah.
Even that, I don't want the ball. That's not the strength of my football team right now, to be honest with you. I don't really know what is the last 2 weeks, but certainly isn't that. And I don't want to get my defenders thinking all the way, if we go 3 and out again on offense with 2 penalties, and I put that in their head. Yeah. So, and by the way, if we march down the field and have to kick a 48-yard field goal and my kicker misses, I don't want that. I am, hopefully, if I win the toss this time, I'm not taking the ball. And that's something he's been doing, but I don't want it. I play it the way the rest of the NFL plays it right now, and I defer.
Yeah.
So I would even start there.
So, like, listen, and then we can go to break here, but I want to ask you this, because it does seem right now like the state of this, and once again, this is a 4-3 football team we're talking about. But it seems like the state right now is like Liam Cohen's kind of got to like take them by the hand and motivate them and try to get better play out of them, because I don't think they're holding themselves accountable. Who on this team right now needs to step up and say, this has to stop? Like, who on this team, like, after the game, after a loss? Do you need to get on the microphone and say, all right, guys, like, we got to change this bleep, right? Because I think last year you kind of encountered the same problems, and yeah, maybe Doug did just say, whatever, it's over. But, like, we were clamoring for, we wish Evan Ingram was playing, right? Because you felt like if Evan Ingram was in there, like, at least he would have been, you know, like, throwing a helmet or doing something. Well, he was out for most of the year, right? So, like, who do they need now? And keep in mind, this has to be from a personality standpoint, but also a player performance standpoint.
That's the hard part.
And that's the hard part right now.
Who's going?
Who do they need? Is it Josh Hines out?
I think it would be a Josh and a Trevor.
Okay.
Those are the guys. And because they've been here, they're the ones that have got to be like, this ain't happening. Mm-hmm. You know? But I also don't think, Austen, you have to do that right now. I think if you were to lose to the Raiders, you might have to do that.
Okay.
All right? But I don't think you have to do it right now. This is not panic time. I don't need panic out of my team.
Sure.
You just played 5 football games in the NFL against franchises and teams that are better than you and have been better than you. Now, I know Houston by record is not now, but they have been. You beat them. You then beat San Francisco in San Fran. Is that their only loss this year? Or have they lost 2?
San Fran?
Yeah.
Didn't they lose against Tampa?
Okay, they lost against Tampa. So 2.
5-2.
Yeah.
They beat the Chiefs, who are right now rolling.
Yeah.
By the way. And then they lost to a good, like very good, maybe Super Bowl caliber teams in Seattle and the Rams. Like, I am cool with justifying it just like that. You just played 5 games against those teams and you're 3-2. Don't panic. That's cool, but we gotta be better at this crap. Like, that's it. I don't need those guys coming out yet to say that. And because I really don't think they have the equity the way they're playing either. Nobody is playing. This is the old Trevor thing for me. It's like, you can sit there and tell me how much money he's making, the investment. I don't care if you were drafted in the 3rd round right now. You probably ain't hanging and playing your weight.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're making $4.4 million. You're not playing your weight right now, most likely. Nobody is the last 2 weeks. So, I mean, maybe Devin Lloyd can, but he's not playing, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I think you got, not yet. It's not time for that yet. Don't freak out. And I think that's where Cohen is good. Here's where Cohen is maybe like, we're just going to take a breath.
Sure.
Here's what he said the other day.
Talked about as a staff was, we cannot, absolutely not go back and try to reinvent the wheel here, right? We're sitting at 4-3. Everything's ahead of us. We got to play cleaner football, guys. That's the reality. And until you play cleaner, in between the whistles, right? In between the white lines of playing more fundamentally sound, having better situational awareness, executing and handling the controllables, guys, that's where we're at. Like, we have to pour into that and find out, okay, these 2 days that we have as a staff, all right, what do we do best? Like, what are the things that we do best in all 3 phases? Go and dive into and pour into those things. How do we continue to trim the inventory as a group so that we're not watering down the fundamentals and techniques of our core principles of the things that's going to make up 80%, 85% of your call sheet. That's just how I've been taught to get back on track personally. There's times, where you got to go and dig deep and go reinvent the wheel because you've got a bunch of holes. Well, I don't think that's the case, We have not played our best the last 2 weeks going into the bye, which does kind of suck. It does. It's not a great feeling, but everything's ahead of us. And my thing to this team is going to be, man, guys, we have done so many good things. We are a really good football team, but not when we hurt ourselves.
I mean, I thought he handled that really well. It's just good stuff. I mean, now can they go act on it? You can say it all you want. Can you act on it? You know, I believe in these things that are very hard to eloquently say sometimes. Mm-hmm. And this is why I thought they would lose to the Rams. This is why I knew that Seattle game would be tough. Are the Jags going to be 5-1? Are they going to be 5-2 at the break through this schedule? Man, those teams are right here, man. Those teams are here. They're just mature. They know what it is. They've been through the battles. They know how to handle 5-game stretches like this. This team does not. They're trying to learn that. They're trying to. You can tell me every team should know that. That's not true. Since 2007, 18 years. This is the third time after 7 games this franchise has been above 500. How do you know how to get through a 4 or 5 game stretch when you're 4-1 to start it? Yesterday I said, don't suck is a real thing. Like, you got to get here before you can get here. What I also think happened a little bit these last couple of weeks is like, we're okay. Mm-hmm. Like the one loss 4-2. Hey, we're still 4-2. And I'm not telling you players were walking around saying that. I think this is a human nature subconscious. Our whole town was saying it. We were saying it. I had zero feeling coming out of that Seattle loss. Because I was like, well, they're still 4-2. They're still 4-2. They lost to Seattle. So what? They're 4-2.
It's the NFL.
You're right. That's what I was saying. But now you got to get to a point where it ain't good enough. Like, that's where they have to flip, I think, from a subconscious type of deal, a feel. And I think what that did, that loss may have really helped them because it was in their face of, holy crap, that ain't good enough.
Yeah.
But 4-3 can't be good enough. It's easy to say if you're Cohen, be like, hey, we're 4-3, we're okay. That's fine, but it ain't good enough. Like, you got to keep saying it ain't good enough. That's where just don't suck goes to it ain't good enough to damn the standard even goes higher and higher. But that's how you got to grow it. When you're not good, you got to grow it. I just had somebody say it to me, man. I just had a reaction. I brought up that third year since 2007. This dude says, that's a sadly low bar. We're mediocre. Yay. 15 out of 18 years, man. They weren't even 500 at this point. Yeah, that is the bar. Hate to tell you. We ain't the Chiefs. Like, that's the bar. Until you get past that bar, you can't look to the next bar. From the quarterback to the franchise to the everything else. These are steps. Whether you like it or not, they're steps. Like, it just is. And we're on the low end of the ladder in Jacksonville.
We're about to find out whose philosophy is going to be better, because right now, I get it, in Jacksonville, you're 4-3. Let's keep calm. Let's not hit the panic button yet, right? Let's fix what we have to fix and get ready to play the Raiders. Well, the Raiders are on a bye as well.
Yeah, they are.
And the
They got their ass
Raiders,
kicked.
even though they've beaten the New England Patriots, which makes zero sense to me, and they beat the Tennessee Titans, whoop-de-doo, they're in panic mode right now. You have your star, well, I mean, he's trying to be, but you have your highly coveted first-round running back speaking out against the culture of how it's been really bad there. You have a lot of players that seem like Jakobi Myers is a little fed up. Like, you have a lot of guys right now that are, I think, trying to step up and saying that it's not acceptable. And in Jacksonville, I think you have guys right now saying, okay, let's hold the rope. Let's get better. We're 4-3. It'll be all right. We're about to find out which way is going to be better, because I think you have a pretty hungry team right now in the Raiders that is like, this is unacceptable. I think you have a team in the Jaguars where it's like, yeah, it's unacceptable, but we're still 4-3. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're about to find out which reigns supreme, and we got a week to think about it, and the next week then we'll start talking about it, but we're about to find out.
Yeah, it's a good call. It's going to be these two teams are in a weird way in a very similar spot outside of the win-loss column.
Yeah.
Going into this game. Fascinating. With first-year head coaches, too. Mm-hmm. No, one's 72. Not really a first-year head coach. But with his team.
With his team.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back. Megan, are we going to talk about Travis Hunter?
Who's
or
that?
what? Just a thought or two at least on Travis Hunter, maybe. Yeah. When we come back, Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Oh, yeah, rain in Wembley. It wasn't as bad as it could have been at Wembley Stadium. At least we got that going for us. Hey, nobody but Nimnick. Check them out, NimnickBuickGMC.com, or visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. If you're looking for a new car, a used car, check out the Car Bravo program in the used car category. Nobody but Nimnick.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon, and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
You okay?
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. so I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Here we go.
This is the one that's going wild for you, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Now this one's getting traction.
Oh, is it getting traction?
This one's.
I kind of want to.
Because
what's your take on this?
This is we're gonna hold up our cat cheer. It's got 21 retweets and 17,000 views at the moment. Can I clarify first why I posted this last night?
Well,
because
go ahead.
This was me, dude. If I'm going to tweet something, it's by design.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So Casey puts out the video of me and Trevor Lawrence and all that stuff. And it was like fresh. And I'm like, okay, well, because I saw the video, I didn't know what it was going to be. I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be what he wants it to be because this is going to be a polarizing topic. So I knew exactly where I was going to go before I even went there. I'm like, okay, well, here go the mentions. So I'm like, well, should I retweet it and just like play along and piss people off even more? Or should I just do what I do and just cause disruption and pivot 180 like I always do and post a random video of Parker Washington not being impressed with the 6'7"?
It was a good tweet.
And that's what I did. And now people are catching on and everything, and they're commenting about that. But then, of course, that got turned into, I wish our quarterback would show more fire. How come our wide receivers showing more fire for a 6'7" than our quarterback has all year? And it's just like, oh, my God.
Everything comes back to Trevor.
I'm just like, oh, my God.
What was your take on that video? Like what?
So, Hamby, can you play that?
I'll give you mine, but I guess you're probably right on the take. So I am not usually good on this stuff.
So once again, here's me being me. I have, and we talked about it before on the show, I have gallows humor. So when I see something that's about to go bad, and I saw the Casey video was about to go bad, what do? Instead of trying to make it right or anything,
squash it.
I'm gonna laugh. Right? I'm gonna laugh at something else. To me, this was funny. Like people are making a big deal about it. What happened was there was a holding penalty, right? Parker Washington, I think, had I don't know if this was the drop or the catch that he had. But he's walking back to the huddle, and it appears, now I don't want to speak on behalf of Tootin or anybody, but it appears that Tootin is going, hey man, 6'7", which means like, hey man, just kind of, hey, it is what it is, 6'7", right? And you can tell by the hand motion. And Parker Washington responded how I would respond to anybody telling me to 6'7", and kind of shoulder bumped him and hit him a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Wasn't trying to hear it. That's what I thought was happening. Now, maybe it wasn't a 6'7", but this right here, I mean, Ham, you can back me up, is classic 6'7" behavior. And I have a thought about 6'7" too, by the way.
You want to get that in now?
Yeah, let's get in right now. I think 6'7" is like a government plant for kids.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm going to be honest.
I like this.
Here we go. My son, every time he sees this happen, is cracking up and dying on the floor. I forgot what game we're watching, but an announcer said 6'7", and he did it.
Oh,
and Ronan,
did you see that?
Ronan was
this is
dying.
An old guy.
Yeah, and Ronan was absolutely losing his mind over it. And so I Google it, and I go, okay, doesn't really mean anything. We talked about this show. It's from a song and everything. I'm like, okay. I think 6'7" means something else that only kids know. That they're not telling us. That Google's not telling us. I chat GPT'd it. That they didn't really tell me. I think it means something else, and my 10-year-old isn't telling me what it is. And I think it's a government plant to try to control children or something. And you're gonna. I'm kind of kidding, obviously, little sarcasm. But I think there's something to it that I don't even know. Hammy, do you agree with that?
I wouldn't put it past anybody.
I may have to shake down my son one day.
That they know. I love that they know, but nobody else knows.
No, I'm telling you, Watch a kid how they respond to 6'7", and then watch an adult where it's like, okay, it doesn't mean
we
anything.
should start doing something at 10:06, 10:07, 11:06, 11:07.
Yeah.
12:06, 12:07 on the show.
Steven, my kid knows as well. And my kid has told me that it's, I think it's something.
You think it's something more.
Something that
they've hit some kind of brainwave length with this thing.
They've hit something that the youth, for whatever reason, is like keeping it like the youth has done a great job of keeping it under wraps. And if you're like over whatever, 13, 14 years old, you don't get to know.
It's that and aliens, the two things that the government has done a good job of, apparently.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't doing 6'7". Can't tell if Austin's being serious or not.
What was he doing then?
What was he doing? I think he was being serious. I think everybody interpreted it as 6'7".
Everyone is interpreting it as, because if you watch the hands, like it looks like he's doing 6'7".
But why? So the whole thing, it did happen after a 5-yard end around.
Yeah.
And then there was holding on Tim Patrick that called it back. And so what? At first, when I saw this video, my take was, and I didn't know the down distance, what play had happened. I thought it was Tootin had run for like 6 yards and was kind of celebrating it, and they're down 21-0. And Parker Washington like, dude, what are you doing? That's what my interpretation was, like in real time, without knowing any of the now it's a Parker Washington run, Tim Patrick hold, and Tootin.
See, and this is
like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because that's man, it's a 6'7", on to the next thing, right? So that's why, and I thought it was fun. I mean, okay, it doesn't look good when you're pushing, but it's football, right?
Whatever. That's not.
But like, this is why I thought it was funny, because it looked like he was doing 6'7", and then he pushed him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him on Monday.
Please.
What? That's a fair question. People are talking about it.
Yeah.
No? I can't ask him?
I mean, go ahead, man. Once again,
I would love you to.
I'll love you too. I just need to know the context of 6'7" more. I don't know what's happening.
There are two things that I wasn't in the. I'm not saying I would have asked the question because I might have forgot about it in real time after that Rams loss.
Yeah.
But I think there are two things that I don't know the answer to. This, and also, why was De'Ami Brown returning kicks?
Yeah, that too.
And who else was back there with him? It wasn't Tootin and
Parker?
No, Allen. Those are the guys that had been back there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was with the team all week. I didn't notice that. We were only in practice for like 15 minutes. But I'll be honest, like, I have no idea. And apparently they didn't say so in the broadcast.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a thing. And I don't think Cohen's been asked in each of the last two. There's been other things that are probably more important. You only get so many questions in a presser. But I would love to know the why there. And we don't. All right.
I want the 6'7" answers is what I want. That's what I want more than anything.
If you want that, then I'll ask it. I don't know if I'll ask it on camera. Oh, you want to know that? Yeah.
I want to know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
Because my 10-year-old has a different opinion. Like, I heard the definition. I've read it. I ChatGPT'd it. Any 10-year-old, 11-year-old, any parent can attest to this. Their kid goes absolutely ballistic when they hear it.
I know.
I want to know why.
I get it's a thing. I figured you would have more answers than me.
I thought I knew it, but now I'm starting to question. You know what? There's something more to this, Brent. It's a conspiracy.
We should have brought Ronan in when he was here,
dude. But he'll tell you that. Hamby,
he's already asked him.
I've sat this child down.
Casey can get it out of him.
I've sat this child down, and I'm like, okay, like it's something else, isn't it? And he goes, no. And he's like smirking, and I'm like, dude, what is it? He goes, oh no, it's nothing. It means nothing. I go, okay.
He's smirking.
Dude, he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Whatever.
Hey, I want to get back on track. I got to take a timeout. We'll call it timeout. When we come back, the noon hour, Casey does join us. He's got some explaining to do, apparently.
No, man. Get your paycheck.
I want to get Travis Hunter a conversation. I want I want the NBA opens up. What should we be watching?
Definitely not the W.
Do you want the WNBA breakdown? You want
the Sky, Chicago Sky would like their breakdown. And a little bit more
great ball club.
To wrap up a Wednesday. That's fun stuff happening, man. I guess it's kind of fun. It's interesting. One of the oddest weeks I've seen yet in Jacksonville. At 4-3, I expect anything when they're like 2-5. Like,
just feels different, doesn't it?
It does.
Just feels different
this time around. And by the way, I bought a lottery ticket last night. I got to know if anyone won and why the hell I had to pay so much. Did you know this change?
No. What?
I'll tell you about it when we come back.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good, and the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jax team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Here we go. Am I ever going to get to my lottery ticket?
The better ones.
Here we go. Time to pay the piper.
Pay the man. Do you want your intro?
What?
Well, you might need the intro.
How many
he's going to play dumb like he hadn't seen this thing going crazy.
Oh, you haven't been on Twitter?
No, I haven't. But please pull up the tape from yesterday where I said, "Hey, is it cool if I post this?" And both of you were like, "Yeah, sure." I knew what was going to happen.
You knew what was going to happen?
Of course, I knew. There's one you guys said today that I know I could do. It could almost happen all the time, but I'm trying to protect you guys a little bit.
Oh no! Well, you didn't protect. I almost swore you didn't protect anything last night.
I asked you if I could post it.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear? Have you listened to the show today or not?
Not once.
Okay. So going back to the conversation yesterday, I thought you were going to post something about me calling out fans for being on one side of the argument.
No, it's not the good stuff.
I thought it would have been okay, but
I'm not trying for okay.
Oh no, I get it. Your job is to get as many interactions as possible.
Yes.
Mission accomplished.
Now here's the thing.
What do you got?
One, you said it. Two.
Yeah, but did I say it back to back to back, or was there more context to what I said?
It wasn't like a straight.
It wasn't a straight.
Oh, that's not true at all. That I did not.
Are you sure? So you didn't cut anything up?
I did not cut anything up.
Interesting. Okay.
Go back and find it.
I have.
I did not cut anything up. I cut up your running back one because you started a little bit goofy, so I put what you said first.
No, I'm saying in that when I was speaking with it, you didn't cut up like the middle parts where it's like, okay, well, the drop balls. Because when I said the drop balls, then I mentioned, well, the Jaguars have the most drop balls in the NFL.
No.
That can't happen.
The only thing
So why isn't it in there then?
Go back and find it. The only thing I cut out of the middle was you said you were talking about who's getting paid, and then you said and Mahomes, but that's a little different because it's a really long term or something. And I cut that part out because it didn't make sense what you said after that.
Okay.
Hey, we can be done. I've said this multiple times. Go ahead. I'll leave right now and never come back.
Hey, it's all good. He's fine. We're fine.
Clearly not.
No, it's good. It's good.
No, it's good. I'll remember this.
What do you want me to?
We're going to come out of this, and he's going to be the most upset.
He's the upset.
We're going to get out of here, and he's going to be the most upset.
People are starting a petition to get me off Jags Happy Hour, and he's the upset one. Fantastic. Be upset. Like I don't.
I'd say, job well done.
How does this get turned on him? Whatever, man.
Hey guys.
Oh my God.
I bought a lottery ticket last night. Do you guys know?
This will be my last day.
Did you guys? Well, hopefully it'll be all our last days. This will be a great way to go out.
What do we got?
Did anybody win, Hamby? Did you do news today?
No, I'm doing it tonight.
Do we know if anybody won the lottery? It was like $650 million.
You're sitting in front of a computer. Google it.
Yeah, I haven't done it. But this lottery ticket now costs $5. $5 for Mega Millions.
How much was it
I guess
before?
I changed a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
No winning ticket.
No winning ticket.
No winning ticket.
No wonder why it's so much.
Do you pick your numbers? You got it. Is it random? You don't? Can you do that or not?
You can.
Why don't you do it?
Well, I was like, it takes time.
The winning numbers were 2, 18, 27, 34, 59.
Got one. 59.
Is that how many do you need to actually get something?
Something? Oh, like usually
Like
need
something.
two and like the Powerball or,
Okay.
or the extra one.
Gotcha.
The money ball was 18.
I had 14. Damn it. $5 now.
Lottery ticket.
What
talk.
is
Have lotteries? Well, back as a kid, it was $1. Parents used to buy it as $1, but it's $2 for a long time.
Back when you were a kid, gas was 80 cents. Bread
That's
was
true.
free.
That's a good point.
So let's talk about what was it 5 years ago?
No, 3 months ago it was $2. And then you could always buy you could buy like a multiplier or something if you wanted to do that, like for another $1 or $2, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
yeah.
$2, $5 for a lottery ticket. I want to know if sales are down.
Probably.
Oh, inflation.
I brought up because you got Powerball was $2.
What's the pot?
But Mega Millions $650 million.
Divide that by 5. Isn't that how that works?
No.
I don't think that's how it
Not
works
quite.
because they got to make their money.
Here's the thing.
So
So,
that's why it went up.
Brent, do you usually buy lottery tickets?
Nah, once in a while I see the big number.
Okay. Well, here's my question. Why?
Yeah, I've asked myself the same.
Okay.
Now sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'll just buy it when it's $20 million. So I have bought them before.
Okay.
It's not just, I'm not only when it gets to 650, but I saw actually, I was in the sports office, news came on. It's like, hey, 650 million. I'm like, I need gas. I'm getting one.
Yeah.
Like that's all. Like I don't consistently buy them.
Okay, because
that's why I also don't play my own numbers, because if I played my own numbers and I didn't buy it like most of the time, and it came up, I'd be really pissed.
Okay, but see, I feel like eventually if you play your own numbers every single time, eventually you're gonna hit something. Not necessarily like the big one, but like eventually.
But I think you got to play it all the time.
Well, yeah. But what I don't understand is like, because what is the base when it's not like a high?
It's 20
million.
Powerball's 20 million.
Okay,
like it starts off at 20 million. I'm like, I'm cool with that.
Not too shabby,
I
right?
brought the same thing up before.
Yeah, but like when it's advertised, no one's won it yet for like a month, 600 million. Then it's like, oh, now we got to play.
Flood the gas.
20 million. I'm not like 20 million. I'm not gonna get up for 20 million.
It really shows. It really shows society in a lot of ways.
Holds a mirror to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of does. Like it only piques our interest if it's like $1 billion.
Yeah,
like
20
million.
million.
What's wrong with 20 million?
I know. Right?
But
I got bills to pay, but at 20 million.
And by the way, I think I'm no offense. Like $5 is a hefty price to know you're going to lose. Like, believe me, I do a lot of things of wasting money.
Yeah,
I did a rod, whatever we do on the show all the time. Sure. But I feel like the chances of me winning, like I've never even come close to more than a $2 ticket.
I've never bought a lottery ticket.
Never.
I never have either.
Never.
Well, like scratch offs.
Wait a minute.
Scratch offs for sure. Lottery ticket.
Whoa.
Because like
you have never bought a lottery.
I don't think it's not interactive. Yeah, like at least with a scratcher, it's like okay, I'm like actually like doing something. Like
I get it.
I like a scratcher.
Yeah, scratchers are cool, right? Like there's the immediate like feedback of am I gonna win or not? Like a lottery ticket's a chore. Like you gotta wait till the night then, and then you gotta like get disappointed. Like I don't.
Well, listen,
too much.
I don't get disappointed. I usually leave them in my car for 3 months and then check them after. Because I'm like, I know I'm not winning.
Yeah.
But if they say, hey, the winner came from Jacksonville, I might take a peek.
Yeah.
Because they can do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you haven't bought a lottery ticket. Like, Amanda doesn't send you to get a lottery ticket?
No.
Right, it's definitely an older, like, I don't think that the younger generations are buying lottery tickets.
I get the scratch
Maybe that's why they're going up.
My buddy loves the scratch-off stuff. But,
Yeah. Like, everybody I see a line like at the gate gas station.
Scratch off.
That is like, holding down the line that you can't. Because, they're all like
you can
60,
see
70, 80.
You can see the
they take
degenerates on the scratch off is like
they take their time too.
Yeah.
It's like people at Costco. It's like they don't care if they're getting their sample. Like you're gonna wait, in the aisle till they get their sample and eat it. Like same thing at gas stations. Like, oh, that's cool. Like you only have a bag of chips you're trying to buy. Yeah, check this out. It's gonna be 10 minutes because I'm trying to I want to get the crossword one for the scratcher. I want to get the lottery ticket. Like people are into that.
Sure.
Well, I do buy the lottery motto. Someone has it, I think. If you don't play, you can't win, or you can't win if you don't play, or something like that.
I think both are true.
It's fair.
Do you think it's like one of the last things in terms of convenience where because I feel like you could just go online and buy a lottery ticket, like go to a website and they should be, hey, give us your credit card information and here's your lottery ticket. I feel like this is one of the last few things where people get a kick out of going to hold the paper and everything.
Like, here's the deal.
Because what are we doing?
You're right. If you told me right now.
Do an app and log in.
I could exactly.
Yeah.
I could get the Florida State Lottery, I think, is that what it's called? Florida State Lottery? And they give me an app, and I can spend $2 3 times a week to always play my number.
Of course.
I would probably do it.
See,
but I'm not going to the gas station 3 times a week. Like, I'm just not. Like, it's just not a thing.
I don't think people would be drawn to doing it. I think people want to go to the gas station, get a physical copy of something, and play along at home.
Okay, but what you guys drop on Hard Rock,
Sure.
$2 is nothing.
Yeah,
But it's Hamby. It's
right?
everything.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of like me. I'm pretty much donating it to Hard Rock with these bets that I'm doing last night.
Hamby's all right.
Wouldn't you be more apt if it was on an app, though, to be whatever, I'll throw $2 on this?
No.
Because it's
I'm still not
you have
going to
no
win.
say.
Yeah.
At least with gambling, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to use some knowledge here. I think this person's going to have the over because of who they're playing. Whatever. Like, there's some skill involved a little bit. There's skill.
I get it. What's the skill involved in the scratch-off ticket?
Oh, like I said, that's just the immediate people. Brent, if there's a scratcher app, I wouldn't buy it either.
This coin is really damn good.
Brent, if there's a scratcher app where you can like buy a scratcher, like you can just like hit the button to see if you win, like I don't want to do that either. Like it's the physical thing of like
I get it.
Taking a coin and
I do see there's difference, but I do think you're also right. Like you could sign me up on an app more than going to a store, and you might be able to get the younger population involved.
Is that the big idea?
I'm guessing
they probably can't do it for a reason.
I'm guessing the concern would be is you wouldn't trust it. Like if I scratch off something online.
Yeah, you're kind of like.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
but we trust sports. Well, I mean, I guess it's different though, right? But we trust sports books.
Yeah, but we still got to see the sport event happen.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so I get what you're saying. That's kind of like it feels rigged. It's like Keno. You ever play Keno?
No.
You guys, you know what that is?
I know what it is. I've never played it. But I know what it is.
Or they have variations of it, like where you got to get the 4 numbers or something, like and you're at the bar doing it. Like I'll play that sometimes because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like this thing's you leave there all the time. You're like this thing's so rigged.
But then what about if you do this? What about if the lottery, like for instance, that's what Mega Millions?
Mega Millions. Yeah.
What if Mega Millions just said, okay, you can either go buy the physical copy or you can get the app and just get like a digital copy, and then we'll still draw the numbers.
I would do it.
Do you know how much more? I feel like they would sell a lot more if they did that.
I think you're right. I think that's a good idea. Now, like there's places like Wawa doesn't sell the lottery. Like you can't buy it at the cash register. You got to go buy it in a machine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
The vending machine.
Yeah, they're smart, so it doesn't hold up the line.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm not even sure Mega Millions and Powerball's a part of it. I think it's just scratch off stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is so
I don't pay. I mean,
so
I
it must
see it
be
every
a
day.
special license, which means therefore the app and everything would become a little bit more tricky.
We should take a trip after the show.
To Wawa.
The three
try
of us
to do it.
who have never bought
Test
one.
it. All right. Anyway, that's my Mega Million. I couldn't believe it. I was just stunned at $5.
All right.
It went up. Seems like a lot.
Mark Cuban
Inflation.
invest in digital lottery tickets.
We have some good ideas. See, this is part. I actually thought about this when I left the gas station yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to win this, so then we can launch all these ideas.
Yeah, we got a couple of them now.
But they're going to take a little investment.
Vending machine don't cost that much.
No, vending's okay. Yeah. But put it on the beach and get the permitting.
No,
and
we're not.
Okay.
Hamby's out.
Yes.
Me and Hamby have parted ways. I don't know what that whole pitch
You're
was
breaking
that
up
you
with
did.
everybody on the show.
Oh, I
this
know,
week.
man. It's crazy. I don't know what that pitch was, Hamby, that you did with the beach thing. I thought we were in agreement. It was going to be a dispensary. I said, yeah, it made sense, but I thought we were going with just the dispensary one. Oh. Yeah, no, it's all good.
All right.
Next time we'll make sure we do the homework before we do a little trial run. It's okay though.
Be careful what you say here, but before we hit a break,
take a break.
Take us. Yeah, we're late. We had a long conversation. 3 weeks of 3 days in, and oh, by the way, Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is
what'd you like to know, bro?
Well, the biggest thing that came out of maybe Monday's news conference is. This was a Travis Hunter question. Liam Cohen said, we are absolutely going to play the best 11 when humanly possible, or as much as humanly possible, which means they're about to dial things up a little bit more for Travis Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Right now, you can't keep him off the – I mean, you got to keep him off the field sometimes. But is he arguably their best player on offense and defense right now?
I think it's hands down. Yes.
Well, have you seen enough on defense to know that?
Corner. I think Josh Hines-Allen might still be the best defensive player right now. I get the quarterback sack numbers aren't there, but he's still generating pressure. He's still causing chaos. So I think it's between him and Josh Hines-Allen. But in terms of his position in the secondary, by far the best cover guy that they have. So I think he's the best. I lean towards ETN just because I've seen big of a sample size. But in terms of wide receiver, yeah, by far best wide receiver and best corner.
I agree with that. Best at his position, both positions. Maybe not on the team.
But you can argue on the team a little bit, or at least have the conversation.
Yeah,
you can have the debate.
Hamby?
Best corner on the team. Right now, he's the best receiver on the team. I mean, he is.
See, the receiving stuff comes with some caveats here. Is he lining up right? Is he in the right spot right? Is he...
Brent, that doesn't matter.
He tends to catch it.
The guy catches it.
He does catch it. He's got the best hands on the team.
No doubt.
He catches it, and when the ball hits his hands and he catches it, good things happen. So I get...
So what do you do? I mean, they're playing him primarily on offense. His snap total has gone up. I see a lot of fantasy people jumping in like, oh, start buying on Travis. They're running more routes than anybody in the last couple of weeks. Well, they're also throwing it 50-something times a game in the last 2 weeks. That's not going to be normal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the Jags right now are in a tough spot from an administrative standpoint in a lot of respects. Cohen, the brass, the staff. And nobody's talking about this one as much of what a pickle they're in. Because he's so good on both sides, it looks like, or at least compared to what you have, that it almost feels like you got to play him 110 snaps. Yeah. Which is not going to happen. But when I see that he's only played like 18 snaps on defense or something, I'm like, wait a minute, why not more?
Well, and that is an issue. Like, why did it take you 21-0 to put him in on defense?
Yeah, they didn't put him in the first half.
But, like, was that Cohen? Was that Campanelli going? Because here's what it looked like in the first half with Travis Hunter. And we talked about this Monday, I think it was. He didn't have the best body language in the first half. Like he was frustrated.
Yeah.
Now, some of that had to do with the overthrow from Trevor. He was mad about that. But I still think it was just his usage of how he was being handled. Like, I think it's finally starting to come to the surface now, where I get you're a rookie and I get you got to earn your stripes, but when you're losing football games like you're losing football games, the ego in you, even though he doesn't really have an ego, I feel like the ego in you has got to go, what are we doing here, guys? Why am I not out there? So, like, you could sense the frustration a little bit. I don't know why it took 21 points, but this is why I've been such an adamant purveyor of you got to let him know going into the game what it's going to be. You have and fine, don't let the media know. Don't give us the pitch count and everything, but let him know. Because it was apparent on Sunday that he didn't really know. You just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
And you can't
I want
do
to stay
that.
on task here, and I will get to another thought on him and his body language in just a moment. But, like, I got to believe he kind of knew the plan. He knows the plan, right? I mean, you've been in these meetings Saturday nights. Like, you know what the plan is.
But, Brent, when you're down 14-0 or 21-0,
the plan goes away.
I feel like yeah.
Well, but that maybe is why he's like, hey, put me in because this plan ain't working.
and maybe they told him that, but I'm with you. I think
I don't think he's in the dark going into a game. I think he's got an idea what he's going to play.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. No, I mean,
and I would agree with you, by the way, if not.
Yeah,
but I'd just be surprised.
I'm just based off what, and I talked about this. This was the Houston? This is the Houston game. When, like, you could see him on the sidelines, and I talked about this, where he was trying to go in, but they kept on pulling him out on offense, and you could see, like, he was getting frustrated with that. Like, I think there is some semblance of a game plan, but I don't think it's okay. He's going to play this many reps on offense, and then defense that.
Because it's hard to predict.
It's hard to predict, but this is the problem that you have. Like, you said he was going to be the game changer. We all assumed it was going to be on both sides of the football. I think you can still get away with game planning depending, like, for instance, the Raiders. I don't really need to see Travis Hunter on defense, I don't think, because Jakobi Myers, whatever, but, like, they don't scare you on offense. It's shutting down Ashton Genty. If you want to beat the Raiders, shut down Ashton Genty and see what happens.
I hear you. But they probably said the same thing against the Rams.
What, shut down Devontae
out?
Yeah, but I told you that. They're like, Sean McVay's offense scared me more than Puka Nacua being out.
Yeah, well, fair.
You know,
I know they're going to scare you more than the Raiders.
I don't think like, and I like Pete Carroll as a coach. I think he's a great coach. He doesn't have the capabilities of what Sean McVay can do in terms of, okay, well, we have Jakobi Myers and Geno Smith. We'll figure it out. It's not going to work like that.
But didn't the Rams just give you the blueprint to how to beat the Jags on defense if you have good tight ends?
Yeah, but Bowers is out. I mean, is Bowers
he might be back?
He might be back.
He's going to be back.
Okay.
I think he's going to be back.
Okay.
But I mean, I think they're in a bigger pickle now because they have taken their time, and maybe rightfully so. You can't give too much to a guy, and some of that you got to save him from himself.